Hello everybody, this is Lee Phillips' Journey of Truth. Today is Tuesday, July the 28th. It is 8:40 in the morning and we are here once again at the entrance to Fuller Station on Tommy Lee Fuller Road. And as y'all can see, they are getting the final grade on the gravel. They've got their survey sticks in the ground. I'm gonna walk up here a little bit. So as y'all can see, they took and cut the road to have a clean line to butt up against. And they're working on getting this final grade down. They've got their survey pole, they've got their stobs in that they're using to mark, and the guy on the loader is going to be flattening it out, and the guy on the machine right here, the big roller drum right there, he's going to get it flattened and packed down. And over there, they're lining up a truck to load up some of the heavy equipment that they have here that they're not going to need anymore. Two of the other big excavators have already been taken off of site, and so they're going to be moving this equipment from this job site probably directly to another job site. And so I don't see the paving equipment here yet, unless it's pulled off in that driveway of that subdivision over there. I'm not quite sure. Now, when I first walked up, I'll tell you this, I don't know what was going on over there, but there were like 5 city police cars that pulled out of there, and an undercover, what looked like an undercover vehicle, all blacked out and everything. So move around right here so I can get a straight on view of everything. But yeah, they had something going on over there this morning. I don't know what, but I guess if you're interested, you could do a FOIA request and for around 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning to see what was going on, or maybe just stop by and ask them. Don't tie up the phone lines though. There might be an emergency that needs to be dealt with. Yep, they're fixing to load up the big cat excavator. Well, the good news is we're here to check out what's going on. The bad news is, man, there ain't no spot for me to get to be in the shade. I could go on the upper side of the retention pond, but I'd lose my view. That guy knows his machine. He can put that blade probably within a ½ inch of that stub if he wanted to, without hitting it. Precision work, the angle of the blade, all of that comes into play for what he wants to do. He's pushing the whole load straight this way, but then he's also angling his blade to push over to the edge to get the proper amount on the edge for the edge of the road to be solid. Now watch him work that right around that stub right there. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see him make little adjustments here and there depending on what he's needing the pile to do. It's not just set one adjustment and go with it. You got to feel your machine. You got to know the pile that you're pushing. You've got to know the bed that you're tracking on. And you've got to take all that into consideration every half second as you move, because you have to make adjustments that quick. It takes a really experienced operator to be able to move that blade and move that product on the ground the way that he does. You just don't go jump in one of those and say, I'm just going to go start pushing stuff. You'll end up breaking your machine and costing you a whole bunch of money. You got to know how to work with the material to achieve your goal. Every material, whether it be the red dirt, the big rock, the smaller gravel that they put in earlier, or this right here, each one has its own way that it has to be worked because of its consistency and size. Clay packs a lot different than gravel and sand. And rock spread a lot different than clay spreads, and the gravel and sand spreads different. Maybe you could use this as an analogy. The gravel and sand spreads like warm butter on toast, and the red clay spreads more like jam that you've had in the refrigerator that's cold, that it comes out of the jar clumped up and you have to force and smear it to break it apart and spread it out. That might be a better analogy. So you can come up with your own and leave it in the comments. It looks like they might have to bring in a little bit more gravel. I don't know, because they're real low on the gravel on this end. You've got probably 7 inches of asphalt showing on that end cut right there, and they've still got to cut the asphalt, it looks like, on the other side too. I'm not sure, but it's not smooth on the other side like this one. They might have already cut it. They just might be leaving that stuff piled up on the edge so that way the good edge doesn't get damaged in the course of doing other stuff at this moment. So we're going to take a little pause right here. You won't know it because I'll join the clips together, and but it'll be a little different time, and so we'll see y'all back in just a minute. Alright, there's the beep beep beep, and you know that machine's rolling backwards. So he's got the little bitty excavator over there cleaning that edge up now. Like I thought, they've already cut it. They were just keeping the debris there to protect that edge until they were ready to get the base done. So it looks like they need some more of that gravel sand, but be a lot of asphalt to lay in on this side here, because like I said, that's like 7 inches of asphalt showing on the road. That's how much it's been built up over the years, being paved over and paved over and paved over. That's the same way our city streets are. You look in the downtown and you look and see how the asphalt is up at the top of the sidewalks and everything. It's because they never ground out the old when they put down the new. They just keep putting down the new and building it up and building it up. And what that does is cause a water drainage problem, because you're going outside of the perimeters of the original design when you build it up. I'm doing well. How you doing today? Y'all getting it along real good, man. It's looking good. I did it what they call short. I rolled up and left to do something in here, and I realized I hadn't done it. I was really short. So I get it out there. Step away from laying asphalt. I was thinking we put the digger and have this machine not to heat up and all right now. But it takes a couple hours to get up there. But asphalt is good. Oh, okay. I couldn't tell what was on and I didn't stop by up there. When I first came up, there was I wished I'd have had my camera rolling, but I didn't. I was drinking my coffee. There was 5 Foleys that pulled out of that subdivision with a black, unmarked vehicle that came out with them. So they had something going on over there this morning, pretty serious. One couple pulled in there yesterday. They said it was going to be like 50 hours. Oh, that's what I heard. I didn't know. All right, we're gonna take a little break again, and because he's just gonna roll back and forth, and they're gonna do their numbers and figure out where they're going next step. But the pavers are here. They're on the other side over there, and as soon as they get this up to grade, then the pavers are going to start laying down the paving. And so the gentleman on the crew that I met and talked to previously the other day, he's going to talk to the foreman, because I'd really like to know the name of their company, and I'm going to see if he'll give the company a shout out and let y'all know who they are, because I think they have been doing some excellent work on this. So we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're back. I got me a bottle of water so I can stay hydrated out here in this sun. And so while I was on break right there, here's the dilemma that I face a lot on things that are happening like this right here. So a lot of this work is just repetitive and mundane, and a lot of folks would get bored. It makes the video long, but on the other hand, you miss so much of the detail about how things are being done. For instance, the boss man on the loader on the right. I was sitting here watching him take that machine and work his blade within a ½ inch of those stobs. Sometimes without moving the stob, he was looking at his marks that are on there and setting his blade to get the grade where he wants the grade. And so what the guys with the shovels are doing, they're just making sure that he can see those marks, and then they're going to work some of the stuff by hand on around the edges and stuff. And so everybody's got their job that they have to do. And you see the little bobcat in the back there. He's really getting that back edge ready back there. So my dilemma is, do I just video everything? Because I mean, it's going to be a while before they get the actual paving equipment out here and all, but I like watching the details of what goes on, and I'm sure that there's other people out there that like to watch the details also. If you're into this kind of work or heavy machinery work, you like to see the details. See, they have to know exactly where to move, how much, from what location to another, what they can have to use and what they can't have to use. And it's an art. Doing this kind of work, you have to be an artist with your machine. That machine is just like a paintbrush. It's a tool used to create an effect. And the more you use it, the better you get at it. Just like a painter with a paintbrush. The more they use it, the more their hand gets programmed to how to move the brush and what angle and to do whatever, and they have to do the same thing. If they're working the edge, they have to understand if it's not packed properly, the edge is going to fall off, and when the asphalt's laid and trucks ride on the edge, it's going to push it down. So they have to make sure that everything is done right. I think they're almost getting ready to bring the roller packer back out and roll this down.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Y'all make it look too easy, but I tell everybody that it's an art and a science, man.
Yeah.
We'll move back because I think he's fixing to sweep that off and I don't want to get dusted out. Now you really make it look too easy. No need for a trailer, just hook it right up and go. I'm gonna guess that's the asphalt trucks rolling in now. Or that could be the last of the gravel y'all need. That's what it looks like. All right, we'll come back after all the dust settles down. All right, I'm back and I am on the other side of the divide now, and I'm going to show y'all the paving equipment that's here. They've got everything ready to go. The street sweeper that was on the other side, they brought over to this side to get this roadway cleared and prepped for the asphalt folks. They are working on packing down the base gravel, and I'll show you a little bit closer shot of that in just a second. There's a lot of traffic going in this subdivision right here, and I don't know what they had going on here this morning exactly. I was told maybe it had something to do with something that happened yesterday evening or something, but maybe an ongoing process. Hopefully those folks will realize that violence is never the answer to any problem. Never is. You don't prove anything. Nothing. And I can tell y'all, there really ain't no breeze blowing today. It's You don't see the treetops moving, you don't feel it on your skin. I'm almost tempted to go out here in these sprinklers and get my head wet just a little bit. I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, there ain't no breeze blowing. Down in this little holler right here, it reduces it even more. Alright, we're going to go ahead and walk over to this other side. So they got the big roller going over there. I think this little roller goes with the asphalt people. That's generally what they use, are the smaller ones when they're laying down the asphalt. The big one, it would just push the asphalt out from under it. That sprinkler head over there is definitely out of adjustment. Washing the dirt off the machine a little bit and spraying out there in the road. That line might be broke underground too, because there's a lot of water just running straight right there. Hard to say. Comes all the way around to, almost hits me. The track on the backhoe keeps it from spraying me. So you see that little roller, he's getting them around the stakes a little bit closer than what the big one is. The big one can get close, but the little one can get right in there to make sure it all gets packed. And I'm sure whenever they get the sides done really well, like they like them, they'll pull the stobs up and do a center roll down through there just to make sure that it's all tight. All right, we're gonna come back in a few minutes. All right, everybody, we are back. I got me some breakfast and got back, and they have got the pack down on the ground. They have been working on cleaning up the ditch line over here. And I don't know when they're going to take their lunch, but they're just about ready to almost start paving. So I think they're using the truck to do a visual test on the compaction of the underlayment. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm just making a estimated guess because they're looking at the tires and how much of an imprint that they leave in the base. It looks like it's starting to get pretty crowded down here. They got another truck rolled in. He's got gravel in his truck. I wonder if they're going to put some more gravel down. I don't see them tires hardly leaving an imprint at all. Now I think he's going to back up onto the other side. Now you can see a little bit of front tire imprint where he was turning his steering wheel. But where he's rolling straight, maybe a little bit of tread imprint, but not much at all. Hey, yeah. Hey, hold on.
Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm doing a video down here on the washout. They're getting ready to put asphalt down. You on your lunch break? Okay, love you. All right, that was my daughter. I see one little spot that they marked right there on both sides. And I didn't really see them mark anything back there, but then again, I got the equipment kind of in my way. But I think there's a soft spot right where they're coming up on now. So they might have to put just a little bit more in there and roll back over it with the packer. They still hadn't got the asphalt machine fired up yet to get it warmed up, so that tells me there might be a little bit more work to do down here. So I tell you what, to keep this video from running real long, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one here, and then whenever they get ready to start pulling the paving machine down here, I'll start back and we'll make that a different video concerning the paving company. Y'all remember, be safe out there, be good to one another, do something kind for someone, and y'all have a blessed day.